And good afternoon. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter, along with Keith Fustel. It's a little rainy today, but that's all right. We're still going to have lots of fun on Sunday Fun Day here at Laurel Park. 10 live races, nice little carryover in the Rainbow Pick 6. We have all the NFL football action for you today up there at the Sports Bar, second floor of the clubhouse. With a big Saturday yesterday, we had a big long shot winner, a 30-1 long shot winner, Pensy Mole. How about Pensy Mole for owner Donald Sauer, owner-trainer Donald Sauer, blowing things up yesterday?
Short field. Yeah, you rarely see a horse go off that long of odds, and that short, was it 5 when it was all said and done left? But patient ride by Grant Whitaker.
Yep.
Let the other ones go, kind of wear themselves out, and just rolled on by the final furlong for a big payout. Good for Grant. He's a hard worker, been around a long time, and glad to see him getting some mounts.
Yeah, good for Grant and Donald Sauer and trainer Chucky Lawrence. He had a big day yesterday. He had two nice Maryland-bred 2-year-olds win maiden special weight races yesterday.
Yeah, Abo, we liked that horse in the opener yesterday. The blinkers went on. Abo, I should say, the Lasix and the blinkers, and just kind of dogged the leader and went on by. So yeah, another one. Lawrence, he gets some well-bred horses.
Yeah, and he's on a roll now. He won the Grade 1 Sword Dancer. He's going to the Breeders' Cup with that horse, Glorious Empire, who ran into Henry Clark. That horse schooled in the paddock a bunch here. So yeah, Chucky Lawrence doing very well. And so talking about the horse Abo, nice heads up to our main man Phil Janak, writes all the press releases here for Laurel Park. But he asked me if that horse was named after Bobby Abo.
Bobby Abo, right.
So I went and asked Mike Matisse, the breeder of that horse Abo, and then the horse was named after their good friend Bobby Abo, who owned Immortal Eyes, who won the DeFrancis Dash here for Damon Dildovico.
What a job Damon and the crew did with that one. Boy, he was a quick horse.
Yep. So Abo with a big win yesterday. So let's get right to it today. We have all the football action you can ask for today here at Laurel Park. Come on out here and go up to the Sports Bar, second floor of the clubhouse. We have the NFL Sunday ticket up there. Every game, every Sunday, right here at Laurel Park in the Sports Bar. That's where you want to be. Watch all the football and horse racing you can ask for. Want to win some money? Well, we have the $3,000 football pick'em contest every weekend in the Sports Bar at Laurel Park. Just going up there to the second floor of the clubhouse, the new Sports Bar. There's about 100 big flat screen TVs up there. Ask somebody how you jump in there for the $3,000 football pick'em contest. So horse racing and NFL football today here. We're not going to let a little rain ruin our Sunday fun.
I love the action. The more action, the better for us. We love it. And you get upstairs, check out the new Sports Bar. Plenty of, like you say, flat TVs. Get yourself a nice cocktail. They'll have your game. You can go watch it and cheer on your favorite team.
All right, so next Saturday is going to be the first of 3 consecutive Super Saturdays we have here at Laurel Park. It's the Fall Festival of Racing next Saturday. We'll have a special early 12:30 post time. We have 7 stake races with the big feature, the Grade 3 Express Bet Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. That race is going to feature some of the top sprinters in the country. Grade 1 winner, I'm getting my Immortal Eyes and Imperial Hints confused. Imperial Hint, the Grade 1 winners in there. XY Jet is nominated. We're going to have some of the Net Allers, Always Sunshine. We're going to have some of the top sprinters in the country in the Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. Immortal Eyes, a former winner of the DeFrancis Dash.
Strong lineup of races that afternoon. We just need this weather to cooperate.
The weather's killing us, but that's all right. We're still going to have some fun. Yeah, a bunch of stakes scheduled on the turf next Saturday. We'll see how that plays out as we're getting some rain here in the area today, and the whole East Coast going to be getting hit maybe with some hurricanes this week. But that's next Saturday. We're going to have a big Saturday regardless. Let's get right to it today. We'll have a nice carryover and the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 5 today on the 10-race program. Today's carryover in the Pick 6 is $2,062.47. There's the carryover in the Pick 6. That's going to start race 5 today. I have a $28 ticket for you in the Pick 6 today. I know you like the early Pick 4. That starts in race 2. Let's get right to it here. Let's show you a picture of the main track. It's a washout. We're off the turf. Main track will be sloppy all day long here, so just factor that into your handicapping.
Absolutely. Good day to be a duck, I guess.
Yeah. Good. We'll have some ducks and some bald eagles out there in the middle of the infield. So there's the main track. What's the track condition weather board? Do we have the weather? What's the 60s rain here today at Laurel Park. So get yourself a nice table in the garden terrace for brunch, or go upstairs to the sports bar for all the football and horse racing together up there at the sports bar. We're still going to have a lot of fun here at Laurel Park today. Let's get right to it here in the opener. Race 1's going to kick off the early pick 5. Both your pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. It's a mandatory payout always on this early pick 5 starting in race 1. Race 1, we're off the turf going a flat mile on the main track, rated sloppy. Maiden claiming $40,000 for fillies, 2-year-old fillies here in race 1. I have the 6 on top. Ask Stacy. We're going to show you a video spotlight. You like the 6, so it's a 4-horse field in the opener. Let's show you this video here of Ask Stacy's debut August 17th here at Laurel Park. We have that video spotlight. Now, this race was on the turf. The debut was on the turf. We're off the turf today, but this was this filly's lone race, so we wanted to show you this race anyway.
Yeah, and just a little bit green. You see the comment there. Green stretch, a late bid. Had to work through a little bit of traffic caught behind horses, just swerving along. A little bit of a kickback from the turf. The main concern for Ask Stacy, the breeding top-end magician, you kind of see, I see turf, I see synthetic, but boy, he really leveled off nicely there. Got focused the last maybe 70 yards of split horses with a nice run, suggesting that extra ground might be the key for Ask Stacy. Key is, can she handle the dirt?
Yeah, and had a nice work on the synthetic, going a half mile at Fair Hill since that debut. First time Lasix today. Sheldon Russell stays aboard this 2-year-old filly by Magician, homebred for Robert Evans and Michael Stidham. So I like the 6, Ask Stacy. I think she's a nice filly. I have her on top. You have the 8, Comfy and Cozy on top, 2-year-old filly by Curlin. She had a useful debut, didn't break very well, but still managed to finish 3rd against maiden special weight here at Laurel.
Yeah, I think this horse is going to be okay today. Curlin's off track is fine for me, top and bottom. I have to who's in town who made a lot of money on the dirt. Stretching out shouldn't be really an issue with the breeding. That race produced Abo, who came back to win, going long, stretching out, willing to the wire after a slow start. That was a pretty quick race, that debut for 2-year-old filly. So I think Comfy and Cozy with the experience will be forward and may just go right to the front in here.
And Chevion Toledo, he's having a big opening weekend. He takes the call here on the 8, Comfy and Cozy. I use that horse in my exacta. The 2, better yet, for trainer Mike Trombetta, 2-year-old filly by Super 99. The debut was at Keeneland against maiden special weight. Those races are a little tough, so you can give her an excuse for that debut back in April. She's run okay on the turf since. She's well seasoned at least to go a mile on a sloppy track today.
I like the fact that she's got the bottom in her on a yielding surface, going a mile August the 5th. A half to bonus points. We know bonus points get handled. The dirt, this horse took a lot of play at Keeneland, just didn't really fire at all. You see a little bit of a belated move when wide. But I think that mile race last time on the grass is going to help the conditioning and should improve dramatically today.
All right, so we have the same 3 fillies on top there in race 1. Let's turn the page here. Race 2 is going to kick off the early pick 4. I know you like the early pick 4 today. You have a ticket. Let's check it out, see how you played it.
Not a real big ticket at all, $18. We're going to get you started 2 deep in the first race. The Wildcat is going to be a user for me, the 6. A little bit better price than the 5, but I'll go 5 and 6. Louise looks like the speed. The Wildcat off some trouble. We've got, I believe, a video of that race coming up. Third race, 2 deep as well. The 4, Matter of Factor, first time gelding, and the 6, Captain Grider. 3 deep in the 4th with the 2, 4, and 6. Chateau for Pletcher, going to be a stout favorite in there. But Smart Step, I like, is your value, stretching out for Mary Epler in the 5th race. The 3, the 5, and the 7. Not sold. I think the walk could take a lot of play in the drop. Now, this race coming off the turf, going in the dirt, looks like some speed, even City Gold. But I think you got a shot at some prices there with maybe Chocomount or Chinkapin.
All right, we offer you 3 pick 4s here at Laurel Park. Early pick 4 always starts in race 2. We're also going to start the rolling super high five here in race 2. Every race with 7 or more horses, we have the super high five, and that bet has a low 15% takeout. So keep your eye on the super high five. Let's take a look at the second. Maiden claiming 16,000 for filly mares 3 and up, going 6 furlongs on the main track. We have a video spotlight to show you of the 6 Eye of the Wildcat for trainer Timmy Keefe, 3-year-old daughter of Outflanker. Here's her last race, August 9th at Laurel.
Yeah, towards the back of the pack. Had to break from the rail in a big field, solid field of 10 that day. Eye of the Wildcat, though, makes a run. Makes a run up the inside. They're dueling on the front end. Passamento, Courageous Bell with a long shot along with Nightmare. But watch the one coming to the picture at the quarter pole. Behind 3 or 4 rivals and just kind of gets stalled. Just doesn't have anywhere to go from the quarter pole, 3/16. Sheldon angles in, tries to come up the rail, gets a little bit of room there. Now, once again here at the 8th pole, nowhere to go. No clear sailing pretty much from the quarter pole to almost the wire, but finished willingly. Going to have to show a little bit more speed, though. Draws to the outside. That should help her get a little bit more forward. Louise is the one to catch. That's your 5 horse. Going to be a short price for Eddie Merriman. I think Guy the Wildcat's faced a little bit better. This little drop is going to do the trick.
Yeah, I think it's a nice drop. I think that's going to wake her up for sure. I use her in my top 3. The 6, I have the Wildcat. I go with the 5, Louise, the favorite on top here in race 2 for Eddie Merriman. To a 4-year-old filly by Great Notion. She's run some big races before. She was a real good second against Maiden, 16,000 3 starts ago. Finished 3rd, going a mile on the main track 2 starts ago at this level. Tried turf last out and no good. Back to her best surface today. She's 0 for 1 in the off going, but at this level, I think the 5 Louise should be right there.
Yeah, that was on the way back in debut, unruly pre-race on that muddy sealed surface back in November of 17. You're right, turning back in distance back to the main track, I don't really see anybody going with her early. That's the key. She could just shake away and just wire this field. But I'll take a little better price here with Eye of the Wildcat. Bunker excuse last time, a little rank after breaking in the air, but okay late. I don't know if she's going to need a little help up front.
All right, so Maiden 16,000 filly mares kick off the early pick 4 there. Race 2, race 3, go off the turf. We're going 5.5 furlongs in the third. 25,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Number 1, 3 is the condition. We both end up on the 4 here. Matter of factor, a 4-year-old by the factor, entered main track only for this race by trainer John Service. Make the rider Georgie Vargas Jr. on the 4. This horse the first time gelding today. A nice win. His last win came in the mud up at Parks early June against 25,000 Two Life Company.
Yeah, matter of factor, Captain Grider, they faced each other on the way back. Captain Grider got the better of matter of factor. I think that's key. Turf to dirt is an awfully strong angle for Service. You see that turf to dirt, 53 samples. 53 horse sample, 32% with an ROI of 262. That works. I see some speed in here. It's a shorter field. Get the W. Maybe the speed is speed. I think matter of factor, reported first time gelding is the one that can sit a little bit and make that stronger move through the final 1/8 of a mile.
All right, I like him. So we both have the 4 on top. The 6, Captain Grider for Kate DeMasi. Daniel Centeno will ride this horse 0 for 2 in the off going, but that's all right. Let's see if he can wake up in the mud today. A good second 3 starts ago against 25,000 Three Life Company. That was late May up there at Parks. The 2 races since then haven't been too great. The last race up there at Monmouth wasn't too bad against 30,000 Three Life, a decent 3rd up there. That was a race that came off the turf. Centeno will give this 4-year-old son of Astrology a good ride today. I'll use the 6, Captain Grider, in my exact.
Yeah, this is a complete rider's race up front. Not a whole lot separating these horses when you break it all down. Internally, they like to all run the same kind of race. They want to be up close. They've got a little bit of fade in them, so who's going to nurse and have that final surge? I think it's going to be a matter of fact. The plus side is he's won on a wet track.
All right, so a cold 4-6, 2-7, super effective for us there in the 3rd. Let's take a look at race 4. Race 4 is a nice maiden special weight to kick off the middle pick 4. We're going a flat mile on the main track. This race originally carded on the main track. This race for 3-year-olds and upward. I like the 6 on top, the 6 on the outside. Chateau's going to be a heavy favorite here for trainer Todd Pletcher, but you have a stat on trainer Dane Kabisky. Kabisky with the 4 delinquent here in race 4.
Well, he's kind of starting to come back to Maryland. Past 2 years at Laurel, 3 for 5 and 4 for 5 in the money with his runners. I think we're going to see more runners come in. We saw a few over at Timonium. That ROI pretty gaudy at $5.40. Delinquent is going to be forward. It's flattened out a little bit down in Ellis Park, but against this field, he certainly fits. I'm going to use him. But Chateau may just be able to pop right to the front. It looks like we figured improvement off the trainer change from April of 21st at Keeneland to May, late May at Pimlico. We saw that and actually let the horse the winner actually got up the rail, if I remember, CC Ryder. It sniped him right at the wire. Chateau been well freshened. Pletcher, no problem. He likes giving his horses some time. His horse is solid work up at Saratoga. Looks like the controlling speed in race 4.
Yeah, Pletcher owns this horse, so comes down here to Maryland, try to break his maiden. 19% is the Pletcher barn recently, well, from a large sampling of horses, with horses coming back off this kind of freshening. Georgie Vargas Jr. takes the call, so we both like the 6 Chateau on top. I used the 4 delinquent in my exacta for Kabisky. The horse been running well at Ellis, has a nice foundation under him, just like my top pick here, the 6 Chateau, the 5 My Good Man for Mary Epler. Epler might be able to pull off the mild upset here. This horse, 3-year-old son of Curlin, has been right there his last 3 starts.
Yeah, both of these horses fit. He's just kind of a grinding type, is My Good Man. I like the higher price of the Mary horses, the 2 Smart Step, stretching out. Maybe he does need a setup, but boy, if anybody gets horses to go from route to sprint around here, it's Mary Epler. She has a ton of success doing this over the last couple of years. I don't think the off track is going to hurt. Smart Step, I think we'll be able to, if he's within range at the 5/16 quarter pole, he certainly could grind these horses down.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there in race 4. Let's get a quick commercial break. Nice carryover in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's over 2,000. Starts in race 5. I have a ticket for it. We'll check it out right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 20th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races. It's a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. First race is at 12 with 11 exciting races throughout the day. Families can enjoy the Kids Corral with activities for children of all ages. From live music to the annual hat contest, it'll be fun for all at Laurel Park Saturday, October 20th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, welcome back to today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Starts in race 5 on the 10-race program. Nice carryover. It's over $2,062 in the Rainbow Pick 6 carryover. I have a ticket, a very affordable $28.80 play. Let's take a look. Race 5, I'm just going to go 2 deep. I like the 2 City Gold for Kieran McGee. I also like the 6, The Walk for Allison Principe. So 2-6 in race 5. Race 6, that's a nice allowance going a flat mile on the main track. I like the 2-4-6 in that race. Race 7, a maiden 25 going a mile. I'll go 4 deep in that race with the 1-2-4-7. Race 8 going a flat mile on the main track. I like Susan Cooney. We might get a nice price there on the 8 Whiskey Woo. Xavier Perez aboard for Susan Cooney. This horse broke his maiden in the mud at Pimlico this past May. The 8 Whiskey Woo might be a nice price there for me in race 8. I like the 10 Bad Angle Burke in that race as well. Bad Angle Burke also broke his maiden in the slop here at Laurel Park last April. So 8-10 there in race 8. Race 9 is a nice 2 other than allowance feature of the day, going a mile and a 16th. That was originally carded on the main track. I like the 3-year-old filly in there, the 2 Prospective Lady from the Gerald Bennett barn. Daniel Centeno will ride, so I'll key on that filly. Race 10's a maiden 40 going a flat mile. I like the 1-5-6 there. Maybe I'll get a little bit of a price on the 1 Mojo's Louis Cat for Ollie Figgins there in race 10. That's my top pick. So a very affordable $28.80 play for me in the Rainbow Pick 6. Let's take a look at race 5. It's going a flat mile on the main track, claiming 16,003 and up. Never won 2 lifetime, and I had the 2 City Gold picked on top when this race was on the turf, and I stay with this horse on the main track here. Alex Centron's going to ride for Kieran McGee, 5-year-old son of City Zip. 3 for 6 in the money in the off-going. A win, second, and a third. So that's good enough for me. Last time in the off-going, 2 starts ago, going a mile here at Laurel Park when the race came off the turf at this level. An okay fourth that day, but the second and third place finishers of that race both came back to win. So it looks like a strong race. City Gold is coming out of 2 back on the main track. So, and then a decent third last out on the turf. So I'll go with this, the 2 City Gold, my top pick, race 5.
I guess I'm a little too tough on him. Yeah, going on the way back, you go back. He has been able to rally into it, so he could probably rate with Cintron. Shorter field here. The walk, I'm not, speed, I'm not totally in love with this horse, though, because I think he's going to get outside pressure from Chinkapin. Chinkapin stretching out, first time going back to a mile in almost a year. First time off the claim, freshened since July. But that mare, Heavenly Moon, it was 6 for 8 on the wet going. This horse, I think, is going to be ready to roll. Noah Abrams has done okay with the claims. Chinkapin, I think, can kind of pressure the walk, maybe open up a clear lead and have to hold off the closers. Closers possibly Broad Expanse and Chaco Mount. Chaco Mount has been able to rate before and make a move into these races, going a mile. And Broad Expanse going second time off the claim. I didn't know what that try was on the turf last. I thought that was an odd spot. I think they would try to come back to the turf today. This is maybe what they were pointing for all along, hoping the weather was off and this race was taken off the turf. They got their wish. Broad Expanse is better on the main track.
All right, I like your top pick, Chinkapin. I like the 5 Broad Expanse as well. The debut was a winning effort last September at Timonium in the slop against Maiden 40,000 Company. So the Curlin 3-year-old does have a nice win in the off-going. We both like some similar horses there. I didn't use the 3. You have the 3 there, Chaco Mount for Carlos Mancia.
Yeah, I mean, no chance there in that race at Timonium. Colonel Andy, Sonic Boomy Jet. Sonic Boomy Jet we saw come back to win, get the bob yesterday at a decent buyer, but a good race back in June on a muddy sealed surface. You see that, a 57. Dueling on the lead. I do think this horse has a rating gear, especially against this field. He's going to need it because I think the speed is to his outside. He'll have to sit and make a run into it.
All right, so the pick 6 with that nice carryover today starts in race 5. The late pick 5 starts in race 6. No carryover today, but as always, more money back to you, the better, with that industry low 12% takeout. The late pick 5 yesterday paid over $8,300. It was what one ticket took the whole pick 5 down. The late pick 4 yesterday paid almost $11,000. So jump on in here for the late pick 5 starting in race 6. Off the turf, going a flat mile. It's a nice first level allowance contest for 3-year-olds and upward. Maryland bred, Maryland sired is the condition. I go with the 6 on top here in this race. Beltway Bob's a perfect 1 for 1 in the off-going. That win came here last summer, about a little over a year ago, for owner-trainer Greg Wilson. A nice win, going a mile in the mud to break his maiden. He's had some nice wins. He's had 3 nice wins on the turf since then. He's a deep closer. He likes this 1 mile distance. Forest Boys rides this horse well. He's 1 for 1 in the off-going. I like the 6 Beltway Bob, my top pick here in race 6.
Going very well right now. Maybe that's the reason they keep him into the race. You know, he's going to make a run from the back of the back. He's going to have to carry the improvement that he's gotten on the turf, that he's done on the turf, to the dirt if he's going to beat these horses. Though Victory Chimes, I think, is the speed of the speed. This horse won on a sloppy sealed surface last summer, dictating in the lead, going 6 furlongs, just got beat. I think this horse is okay today. I think this horse is going to be able to relax. Much tougher field. Pete's play call, Saratoga Bob, the race before that, too much speed. Victory Chimes, I think, will relax on the front end and be able to take them coast to coast.
All right, we both like that horse. Cintron aboard from Mary Eppley. We both like the 2 as well. Zen's Land's been all turf recently. Last time, though, it came off the turf. Ness kept this horse in. That was against 7,500 starter allowance company at Pimlico this past May, and a good third that day with a 72 buyer. So, and this horse has won in the off-going before. Zen's Land, Daniel Centeno stays aboard for Jamie Ness, and they find a nice spot to keep a nice allowance race to keep this horse in today.
Yeah, this horse fits. I mean, what's the question? You go back to May, the last time you talked about it was a race taken off the turf over at Pimlico. I think he's run well in 2 other thans, if I'm not mistaken, for Kreiser up at Penn National. So Zen's Land, I think, is the legitimate horse to come run down the speed of Victory Chimes.
Daniel Ledoux ran a big race last out, but he's been all turf recently. This horse is 24 out of 26 career starts has been all turf. So a little bit of a guessing game here on Daniel Ledoux staying in on the main track. Toledo aboard for Ann Merriman.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's going to have to improve dramatically from those other races he's shown on the dirt.
All right, let's turn the page. Race 7 kicks off. The late pick 4, like I said, the late pick 4 yesterday paid almost $11,000. So jump on in here for these pick 4s at Laurel Park. We're going a flat mile. Maiden claiming $25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward here in race 7. I go with the 7 on top. You like the 7 as well. Crush It, a first-time starter by Not for Love from the Mary Epler barn. This guy's out of a Smartin mare. Rosario Montanez will ride. The works at Pimlico, they're pretty good. You see 3 nice 5-furlong workouts recently. A 5-furlong from the gate, 102-1, August 19th. A Bullet 5-furlong workout, August 11th at Pimlico. He gets Lasix in debut. I like the Not for Love breeding here for the 7. Crush It.
Yeah, an aggressive spot. I didn't know really what to think. I'm seeing some good works over at Pimlico, but Mary, she spots her horses very well. Slew of winners out of this mare, Ragtime Doll. She was tough herself. I think Crush It catches a suspect field in its debut. Obviously, I'm going to trust in Mary that this horse wants to go long. May not have a ton of early speed, but might just make a nice grinding run from the 3/8 pole home.
But he is in for the 25, and maybe that is a little bit of a question mark. Not
no
for
doubt.
Love of Maryland Fred been working well, and for the tag. So yeah, an aggressive placement here for Crush It and debut from a good barn. We both like the same 4 horses in this race. It's a 5-horse field. I go 4 deep in this race. I use everybody but the Charlestown Shipper, the 3 High Noon Loot. I don't use that horse. Watch that horse knock me out. But I think everybody pretty live in this race, I guess, except the 3.
Agree. I mean, there's no slam dunk winner when you break down this field. I've got a plan, ran quite well, did all the dirty work chasing Vineyard, who's run 2 bang-up races so far, drew off by 8 at Timonium. I think will go ahead and be sent with Weston Hamilton from the inside. Cabinet pick, what do? Bred to handle and off track, no doubt about it. The mare Checkpoint was 6 for 24 going long on the dirt, so that bodes well for Cabinet pick. But boy, 3 straight seconds. Stretch out worries me a little bit, but there's just not a whole lot in here.
No. All right, so we're both on the Not for Love first-time starter, the 7, Crush It, trying to crush him there in race 7. The final pick 3 of the day starts in race 8, going a flat mile, claiming $16,003 and up. Never won 2 lifetime the condition in race 8, and hopefully I get a price on the 8 Whiskey Woo. We're off the turf in this race, so the odds are going to be all different here. But Whiskey Woo, a nice maiden score at Pimlico, going a mile and a 16th, late May. Against Maiden 16, won by 2.5 that day. 43 buyer, and then an okay 3rd on a good track back in late June right here at Laurel. That was pretty good. Then tried Stakes Company and tried Turf in his most recent too. I think it's a good spot for Whiskey Woo, getting back on the sloppy going for Susan Cooney.
I'm going to use him underneath as a price. I think he's going to wake back up. A little bit of a bad actor last time, was taken wide immediately. Never ran a step at a big price on the turf. But you talk about that 3-back try. Clearly Super came back to win, and then came back to respectable 3rd or 4th, I think, in a 4 in life, only beaten a couple lengths. So he's up against the right horses on the dirt, does the 8 Whiskey Woo at a price. I think Ticker Tape Parade, though, ran awfully good at Timonium. I didn't see that kind of effort coming. He was hung out wide every step of the way, made a move into it, and just didn't give up till very, very late. Ticker Tape Parade, I think he can sit off the outside speed of Bad Angle Burke. I think he's going to go ahead and be sent. But Ticker Tape Parade, nice improvement off of that first time off the claim for Brandon McFarland. Yeah,
that was a big race at Timonium. I'm not sure what to make of that race. I liked this horse after he had that big maiden score back in July for Timmy Keefe. I liked him in the mud late July. He threw a clunker that day as the even money favored at this level, and then was exposed pretty badly for Nickel 2 Life as a beaten favored early August here at Laurel Park, but it did step up and run a big race last out at Timonium.
You're talking coming back to a 2 in life. That race at Timonium, 10 Hut, it's been a killer starter. Fleet Gold Digger, if I'm not mistaken, was running in allowance races, 2 other thans. Percy, the favorite, had been running well in allowance races up in Penn National. This is a dramatic drop in competition.
Yep.
But it makes you a little leery that they're running horseback for the tag. That's the biggest concern.
Yeah, all right, so we're all over the place here in race 8. I didn't use the 7. We both like the 10, though. Bad Angle Burke. This horse had a nice maiden score in the slop, going 5.5. Late April here at Laurel Park. Rallied from off the pace that day, so looks like he might like to stretch out to a mile. We know he likes the off-going. He's 3 for 4 in the off-going here. The 10, Bad Angle Burke, and you get a nice late weight assignment, 113 with the 5-pound bug, Joan Rosado.
I like his running style against this particular group. Sprinter route on the dirt, a very profitable angle. You see that a 19% strike rate with an ROI over for $3 for trainer Hugh McMahon. Bad Angle Burke, I believe, will be forward a long way. His running style kind of reminds me of the horse of McMullen's horse, right? That won yesterday on the front of Birdie's Honor.
Birdie's Honor.
Going to kind of get out there, and once they confront him, there goes the paper. Once they confront him, he's going to dig in and hang around a long way. But Ticker Tape Parade is clearly the one to beat.
All right, so they're off the turf there in race 8. Looks like a wide open affair. Let's take a look here at race 9, the feature of the day. A nice 2 other than allowance condition, optional claiming $35,000 for filly mares 3 and up. We're going a mile and a 16th. I like the 2, Prospective Lady on top. You like the 2 as well, but you have the 1, Philip Cohen's a Piker on top. We have a video spotlight to show you from her last race, early August, up there at Parks against 2 other than. Here's the start of that race.
Yeah, yet to win this year, but boy, she tries hard every time. Bad start. Just kind of spotted the field from the 10 hole. You can't do that going a route of ground anywhere. Going into that first turn. This horse still ran credible. Made a little bit of a run late through the stretch. Was willing Lano 6, beaten 10 lengths, but if you follow the video all the way through, she tries to the wire. That's good enough, guys. You see her kind of hung out 4 and 5 wide into the first turn. This afternoon, I think she'll just stalk the 2. Prospective Lady looks like the speed of the speed. Will go ahead and send. But Philip Cohen's a Piker is a grinding type. A good try back in January of 18 over this racetrack, going a mile into Navy now, enterprising later. The right kind of fillies and mares. She's going to grind down the speed.
Yeah, you draw a line through that last race up there at Parks where she didn't break very well. She was in very, very good, consistent form. A good 3rd here at Laurel last January at this level. You have to respect the form of the 1. I'm just hoping the 2, Prospective Lady, who's never run on an off track, so that's a bit of a question mark. I'm just hoping this 3-year-old filly by Perspective can just use her early speed, get out front early with a good rider, Daniel Centeno, aboard for Gerald Bennett, and I'm just hoping they can go all the way in the slop. If you draw a line for that Grade 3 Delaware Oaks try where she got crushed by Red Ruby, Coach Rocks, and company in there, her 3 other races besides the Delaware Oaks, her most recent 3 have been very good. So she's in good form. She's a nice 3-year-old filly. She answered the test against older horses last out on the synthetic at Presque Isle. I'm hoping she can answer the test one more time against the older horses here today, going 2 turns. I think her speed going 2 turns with Centeno in the slop is going to be awfully tough to beat.
And you like the grittiness. Was headed at the 8th pole, came back to widen back away by 2.5 lengths. Yeah, this was a filly they were ready. They were going to give up on her. Had her in for $25,000. She absolutely aired. That was back in March off a little bit of a layoff at Tampa. Nobody bit, and she's improved ever since. So like the form improvement for Prospective Lady. I just been a fan of this one horse. Philip Cohen's a Piker. Tries hard every time. And you look at these other horses, Claudio's horses, Miss Nosy, Follow Pedals. They need perfectly timed runs, especially at the 2-turn distance, if they're going to sustain.
All right, so we both like the 3 a little bit here. Miss Nosy for Claudio Gonzalez. Claudio had a 2-win day yesterday, right? He's looking, or either yesterday or Friday, he's looking for the mild upset here with the 3. Miss Nosy. He's made a bunch of money, a 4-time winner right here at Laurel Park, and she has a win and a 2nd in the off-going.
Yeah, proven on an off-track. I like that, a little freshening. Will she be able to kind of follow through? Because I don't think they're going to give it up easy on the front end, the 1 and the 2. They're going to dig in and pose a major challenge for these closers. Follow the pedal, same thing. She sat a perfect trip. You go 2 races back behind Forever Lies. Well, now it might have been a little bit better filly. That was a Nevin horse that came back from New York and went back up to New York and ran 3rd in a stake. But tossed the last at Delaware, another one. They need a perfect time run. They get the 8 of a shorter field here today too.
All right, so nice 2 other than allowance feature of the day to kick off the late daily double there in race 9. Let's take a look at race 10. We're going a flat mile main track here. Race 10, maiden claiming $40,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. I go with the 1. Mojo's Louis Cat, 3-year-old here for trainer Ollie Figgins. Kevin Gomez will ride his horse. Went to the front, last out, coming off a long layoff. That was his 3-year-old debut after having a couple turf tries last year as a 2-year-old, but went to the front going a mile last out at Delaware against Maiden Special Weight. That race was a small 6-horse field. It came off the turf that day,
right.
But got a useful race up there, a good third up there. I'm expecting Kevin Gomez maybe go right to the front on the 1 Mojo's Louis Cat, see if he can lead them all the way around there, and what you like to call a boat race maybe here for the finale.
The old boat race. Yeah, this horse reminds me a little bit of Trombetta's 1 horse in the last race last night, right to the front. Came in from Delaware with an improved effort, ended up running second. The favorite, another broad, got the better. The other Trombetta got the better of that one. But Mojo's Louis Cat certainly, got away with really, really soft fractions and couldn't quite hold on. I think he's going to be dogged by the 5, Paul the Waiter. The Lasix goes on finally in the 5th start. Very encouraging try at 1.16 over a yielding surface. The dirt's okay. That dirt try wasn't bad. True Cat, Penny for your thoughts. Great Country came back to run second at Timonium in a decent race. So I like Paul the Waiter in here. Just kind of press and go on.
All right, 1-5, 5-1 all day long here in race 10. We both like the 9 and the 6 as well. The 6, an Artie Schiller first-time starter for Brittany Trimble. Has been working pretty good right here at Laurel Park. Sheldon Russell will ride. What do you make of this 3-year-old gelding with some nice works on the tab here at Laurel?
A little bit like Mary's horse. Brittany Trimble, has done well in her young career as a trainer, but that mare was a grade 2 stakes winner. Multiple winning siblings and in for the tag in the debut. That concerns me, no doubt. Use underneath. I like the 5 in here, Paul the Waiter.
All right, so that's it. We're out of time, right on time. We're going to have a lot of fun here today. Sunday Fun Day cooking up for you at Laurel Park. All the football action for you up there at that new sports bar, 2nd floor of the clubhouse. Sunday brunch cooking for you in the Garden Terrace. Nice carryover in that pick 6. That's over 2,000 starting in race 5. Good luck to you. Who do you like in the Ravens-Buffalo Bills game today? Can the Ravens win their opener?
Ravens 24-10.
All right, I like it. Let's go with the Ravens in a blowout today in the opener. Good luck. Dave Robbins coming up next with Scratches and Changes.
Good luck.